It's time I introduce my GX binder, and today's update is a really big one. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to introduce kind of the collection that I've been working on since I just recently finished LOB to AST. And this I've been working on for about a year and a half now. All of these cards are in mint condition, and I'm making like these huge additions today. So I really wanted to share with you guys. Without further ado, this is my complete GX binder. Basically what I have in here is Soul of the Duelist all the way up to Elemental Energy. It doesn't fit any more than that. My goal is to actually collect Soul of the Duelist all the way up to Shadow of Infinity. By the way, mind the glare because I'm trying my hardest to make it not appear in the video. Anyway, this is basically all the ultimate rares, including hobby and retail, in first edition and mint condition. It's not complete yet, but it's really darn close. So I wanted to share with you guys some huge additions that I'm adding in right now. Basically, this is Soul of the Duelist. I have the pack art here. So I take basically a pack art, I put like 2 cards in it, I fold it and I put them in the slot of the cards here, and it basically just looks like a cover for the set, and I just think it looks really nice. These are traditional vintage sleeves. They're called fantasy sleeves, and they're out of print now, and I don't think they'll ever come back, but these are super badass. And I basically want to show you guys me adding in as you can see, a huge card right here. So if you can guess what comes after level 6, obviously it's level 8. And before we add anything in, I want to just browse through it and show you guys some prominent cards in this set. So obviously here we have the Horus guys right here. I would say that actually level 4 is harder to come by than level 6, at least from my experience. And then here we have level 2 and level 4 of the Mystic Swordsman. We have Armed Dragon level 5 and 7. Unfortunately, they didn't do one for level 3, and that was a huge letdown for me because I think it would have been all of the level cards in Ultimate Rares other than this one. I don't recall any other ones that don't have Ultimate Rares for them. Anyway, moving on, here we have Mobius for GOAT format players. These cards are absolutely impeccable condition. I don't think they would grade all 10. Like Inferno Fire Blast here is perfect. The only problem is that it's a little OC top to bottom, so I don't think it will grade the 10, but to me, as long as it's in mint condition, like out of the pack factory mint, I would be happy with that. Now, all of these, if you don't know, from Soul of the Duelist up to Flaming Eternity, they had serious waxing issues, and all of these have been cleaned off. And if you guys are interested in seeing how I clean off my cards, I can definitely do a video just dedicated to that. But anyway, yeah, these are all cleaned out, as well as the cards I'm adding in here. And we get to the ultra rares. Here I have the ultra rares only. I don't really collect the super rares just because they're so much easier to come by. But for the most part, I mean, Soul of the Duelist wasn't really that loved, but I know like Mobius is really desired by collectors. Hammershot has Goblin Attack Force in it. I know this one is also pretty prominent in terms of playability. Inferno Fire Blast, like totally garbage card, but the artwork is so incredible on it. So it's definitely a must-have for any like kind of Joey or Red Eyes collector. Master of Oz, it's definitely a unique card. And then Ojama King, this is a lot of people's favorite card, and I have no idea why. And now we get to Rise of Destiny. This set is complete, so you can see in Soul of the Duelist I'm only missing the big beast, the level 8 Horus, but in Rise of Destiny I have all of them. I've collected all of them over the past year and a half, and these ones were damn expensive, man. Like, especially because Rise of Destiny has so many playable cards like Thestalos, Decoichi, Machine Duplication. I mean, these are all like near $100. Divine Wrath is also very playable. And this card is just so nice. This has Silhouette of Cannon Soldier in it. This one has the silhouettes of, or at least like the cameos of Harpy Lady Sisters. This artwork was completely changed. I believe it was like a guillotine or something in the beginning in the Japanese. Here we have Metamorph again, and then this is a really badass card. This has Mechanical Chaser as well as Cannon Soldier in it. I really like kind of environmental cards when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, like where it shows cameos of different cards that we've seen in the past. I just think that's pretty badass. But yeah, anyway, that's basically Rise of Destiny. Here we have the ultra rares. Now we move on to Flaming Eternity. Flaming Eternity, I'm actually missing the pack, and for some reason I threw out all the packs without keeping one. So I have no idea why I didn't keep one, but I didn't, and for now I'm kind of stuck with nothing here. But here we have the big card of this set, the Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. Here's the other ultra rare. Ganmarg is alright. It's not really the best Monarch to play. The other two were much better, but it's still really cool. Blast Magician is pretty badass. It has like a spellcaster archetype. I don't believe it's playable, but still pretty good looking card. Gatling Dragon, this is a very memorable card because it combines like two of the most badass machine cards. Gearfried the Swordmaster, again this is an upgrade to Gearfried the Iron Knight. Chiron the Mage, I believe this one is very playable in GOAT. It might be, I don't remember. I know it cost me a little bit, so it might be playable. Here we have Spiral Spear Strike, and I just think that this card is, it's so beautiful, man. Like this is one of the best looking cards in the game. It has a cameo of Gaia the Fierce Knight. I just really love the way this card looks. Phoenix Wing Blast is also really prominent because in GOAT format it's very usable. Here we have Goblin Attack Force making an appearance again. Here we have Cross Counter. Cross Counter is again a cameo card where it has the King of All Beasts as well as Death Kangaroo. Lightning Vortex is very playable. Here we have Invader of Darkness making an appearance. Moving on to the next page, here we have Deck Devastation Virus. This is another virus card. Really cool and very good looking card. And then here we have the ultra rares that I'm missing. So Sacred Phoenix I have, and then the other three I'm missing. But I'm able to acquire these actually pretty easy because I know somebody who has them. So I might just buy them off of him. But yeah, look at these sleeves. Aren't they so badass? Moving on. Here we come to the Lost Millennium. Now this one's not in order because I'm actually missing like quite a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's 25 ultimate rares in every set. So basically I'm missing 15 of them here. So I didn't really bother organizing them just yet. These ones are all organized by set number. And I just think that's the best way to go about it. And that's what I did. But anyway, Lost Millennium. Here we have Thunder Giant. This is probably like the least expensive iconic elemental hero card. And I don't know why it's not loved. I mean, this combines one of the two most badass elemental heroes. I got this one for around like $200-300 bucks. This was pretty recent. And then these guys here are all European print. They're all PSA 9 worthy. Like they would get the 9 because they have maybe like a tiny chip. Most of them were actually pack pulled. So yeah, I'm not complaining at all. I don't know if I'll be able to complete the whole set in like PSA 9 quality European, so I might just go with NA and then swap them as I get more. But here we have Wing Karibo. This is a European copy. The glass stain effect just looks amazing. Now we get to the last two sets, and again these ones are not organized because again they just take up so much space and so much time, and I'm not even near completing them, so I didn't really bother spending the time to fix them up. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 out of the 25. I'm still missing 13 cards. Here we have the Dark World couple as well as one right here. Feathershot, again cameo of Avion, pretty badass artwork. And then here we have the Kings and Queens Knight and Jack's Knight. I think this is a really cool trio. I love these cards. Hero Barrier, Chthonian cards right here. Chthonian Blast, Chthonian Alliance. And then again, Brawn right here. And then you get to CRV. I am missing the booster pack here. But Here we have UFO-roid, Rottweiler, Dark Catapulter, Cybernetic Magician. I believe here goes Cyber Dragon Ultimate Rare, Goblin Attack Force, Elite Goblin Attack Force. Here you have UFO-roid Fighter. This is actually quite cheap for what it is. I mean, this is a very iconic card, but not only that, it cameos Elemental Hero Tempest, while at the same time, it's an Ultra Ultimate, which is like next to impossible to pull. Here I have a random machine duplication. I have a duplicate of that. Miracle Fusion, System Down, Transcendent Wings, Bubble Shuffle, Spark Blaster, Skyscraper, Fire Darts. All of these are North American. So this is why I feel like maybe I should swap these ones for North American copies as well, because I just think it's like a little bit too difficult to find minty like alties that are European. I think I should just stick to USA. And these are actually all like super mint. Like every single one was pack pulled straight from the pack into these. And yeah, I bought these collection like complete from somebody. They're not very expensive. Like you can tell, like I have all of the ultimate rares that are not bank breakers, and I'm missing the ones that are expensive. But I believe like Cyber Dragon is gonna cost me $1,000 in mint. Cyber End is probably gonna cost me like at least probably $2,000 in mint condition. That's why I've been holding off. I've been trying to save up and be able so that I can fill these up. But here goes the Cyber End, Cyber Twin, and I believe Winged Karibo level 10. I'm missing that one as well. It goes here. And then here, Dimension Wall. This card was massive back in the day. And then these guys right here, I'm missing the Cyber End Ultra Rare. This one's actually European, and I'm probably gonna swap it out for a North American. I have a couple of these in Ultra Rare, so it shouldn't be a problem. But now we're gonna get to the actual inputting of the new cards that I got. So first of all, here I have probably like the biggest card from the Lost Millennium. This is Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. I think this card is so badass, and it should have been the cover card for the Lost Millennium, but it wasn't, unfortunately. But this one is gonna go right here. And now I'm only missing the Ancient Gear Golem from the Ultra Alties, because everything else should be done. Like I'm pretty sure I finished all of the really expensive cards other than Ancient Gear Golem. So all the others should come easier, and I'm gonna be hunting them from now on. If you have any of these cards in like pack fresh mint condition, I'll be very interested. This one was mint. I actually had no idea why it got the 9, and it actually was PSA 9 before I cracked it out, and I decided to put it in my binder. I bought this one, in my opinion, for what I consider a good price. I looked it over and I was like, wow, this thing looks super clean. So I cracked it, and now it's in my binder. It might be because of like this tiny white dot, but I don't really think that that's what gave it the PSA 9. It might be because of the centering. I have no idea. I'm not gonna really care, because this thing is super minty. Let me just show you guys the quality of these cards, because man, they are so nice. So take a look at this. Okay, look at that. Super mint. Very happy with the quality here, and it's definitely a great addition to my collection. Put this back here. Now the next cards are Elemental Energy, and I bought these ones from somebody who actually opened a couple of booster boxes back in the day. These ones, in my opinion, I think that they're just a little too OC to get PSA 10s, but for what they are, I mean, these things are mint. Let's take a look at the Tempest real quick before we put them in the binder. But these things are super mint. You can tell like he pulled these from the pack himself. Take a look at that. The quality is just incredible. So happy to have these in my collection, man. These are massive cards, like especially the Tempest, because this thing, it goes for a ton of money. Blade Edge and Water Dragon are maybe like 80 to 100 bucks. I obviously did not pay that. I paid more because these things are really mint. So these three right here, massive checkoffs for my collection. So Water Dragon right here, I'll just put this one right here to make it easier and faster. But yeah, Blade Edge, Water Dragon, and Tempest. Obviously, Shining Flare and the Rampart Blaster are gonna cost me like an arm and a leg, and I'm not ready to bear that price yet. So for now, I'm just sticking with this. For these, I basically paid like just over PSA 9 prices because, I mean, that's, in my opinion, I think because they're 9s and they're minty, like they're guaranteed 9s, I think that they deserve a little bit more just in case you get a chance at PSA 10. But I paid around PSA 9 price for these. This one's a little OC, but I think I paid like maybe 80 bucks, maybe $100 for this. Anyway, yeah, super minty, very happy with them. And last but not least, we have the Grail of Grails, Horus, the Black Flame Dragon. Now this completes my Soul of the Duelist collection, and I just want to show you the quality on this. This was also a PSA 9, and here's the proof of that. Very happy with this one. The only reason this one got the 9 is I believe maybe like this white dot here. It's not even really like a whitening. It's more like just the way that it was cut. It has that. It might have been the centering. I don't know, but take a look at this. Look at that quality. Incredible. Incredible card right here. Oh man, I can't believe I have this now. This is a huge check off, and now my complete Soul of the Duelist collection is complete. All of the ultimate rares, hobbies, and retails, and I could not be happier. Rise of Destiny is complete. Flaming Eternity, I'm only missing the ultra rares. Everything else I have completed, which is like not too bad at all. And I'll slowly check them off as I keep looking. The problem is not, I mean, the price is massive. It's why I have not looked into, for example, Shadow of Infinity yet, because I know that the Sacred Beasts are gonna cost me an arm and a leg. But the problem is finding them in mint condition where, you know, the person hasn't already graded them. So yeah, like this is the main challenge with finding stuff for my collection. And I kind of like the challenge because it's not like I can just buy it instantly and just put them in the binder. You know what I mean? I have to kind of wait and scour the internet to be able to find these things. And I think that's the best part about collecting, like being able to do these kind of things. So yeah, I mean, I'm very, very happy with the collection so far. I am getting purple sleeves, like similar to these guys, and I will be re-sleeving all of these. But for now, I don't even think that Elemental Energy fits in this binder, so I do have to pick up another one and start working on them. The reason I have these in 4-pocket binders is I kind of look at these binders as kind of a catalog, right? And because of this, I feel like they should be looking like books, if that makes sense. Like this actually looks like a book on the shelf. You know what I mean? Like when you put it in, that's what she said. It looks like a book on the shelf. And yeah, I mean, I really like the way that it looks. It's very luxurious, and it's not overwhelming on the cards, if that makes sense. So if you take a look at these, for example, like you can tell that every single card gets its spotlight. It's not overwhelmed by like, you know, too many cards. Like in the 9-pocket, it's a little bit overwhelming. And because of that, I kind of left the 9-pocket only to promos and the lesser cards, if that makes sense, the easier to acquire cards. These ones, I feel like they deserve like 4 pockets. And also the main reason I chose to go with 9-pocket for the promos is because most of the promos, they come in packs of 3. So it makes sense for them to kind of line up like that. while in these they don't really have that. So it makes sense for me to kind of minimize the binder as much as possible so that every card gets its highlight a lot more, if that makes sense. So that's just kind of how I see it, and I really do look at these as pieces of art. So because of that, I try to be as delicate and as cherishing as possible of these things. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know if you're collecting something like this, if you're even daring to embark on a journey like this. I mean, this thing took me so long. I mean, I've been working on this since 2019, I would say, and it's finally coming to fruition. I don't know if I'm gonna go past Shadow of Infinity, because for me, like, that's the end of GX where I started like watching and finished watching. For me, I don't know if I'll collect past it. Maybe I'll collect just like the prominent cards, like the Ultra Altis or something like that. I'm not sure yet, but I still have like a huge task ahead of me. And because of that, you know, I figured I'd focus on these guys first instead of focusing on the next one. Because again, like Strike of Neos, you start getting secret rares, you know, ultimate rares, as well as the ultra rares. It kind of gets a little bit overwhelming and expensive. So for now, I'm just gonna stick to this and hopefully finish off these guys, and I'll start on Shadow of Infinity and dedicate a binder to that one and put that elemental energy with that one as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is my GX binder so far, and let me know if you learned something. You know, I really enjoy your feedback. Leave a comment down below if you're interested in collecting anything like this. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.